Hi guys, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy, and this time I'm reviewing Ender's Game, the graphic novel. It is based off the book by Orson Scott Card, and the graphic novels have art and writing by Christopher Yost, Pasqual, Ferry, and Frank Diamata. Orson Scott Card serving as executive producer for like all of these, so totally is in line with what's happening in the books. So Ender's Game takes place in this future where we have been at war with the Formics. We have had two wars, and the last time we fought them, they almost destroyed all of Earth. So now Earth has gone on the defensive, and they are trying to find the next great military leader, the one who will save them once and for all from the Formics. And they have started training kids from the time they are very, very little to do this, and they go into battle school at the age of 6. So they are monitored from the time they are born to up until they're at least 6. Some of these kids get like at like 3 or something. They're like, no, they're not gonna be at battle school, and like they'll get to go live the rest of their lives. But like the best of the best and the most promising get to go to battle school, and it is on this space station orbiting Earth. And once you are picked for battle school, you are in full military training, and that is it. From the age of 6, you have no more contact with your family or anybody on Earth. It is just the people of this satellite. That is your whole world. Ender is one of these kids who gets picked. This future, we've had like population problems, so they've now instituted like a 2 kid per family rule, where there's like this exception made for Ender's family because they had made 2 children who were so promising, but ultimately had a major flaw. So Ender's older brother Peter is really smart and really good at like tactically thinking, but he's just too ruthless and has like no self control, I guess. Like he would not make a good leader. Whereas Ender's sister Valentine is kind of the opposite. She is also really smart, but she's too compassionate to kind of go for the kill. So she would also not make a good military leader. So Ender's parents were given an exemption to the 2 kid rule, and they were allowed to have a third child, Ender. And so Ender is this great. Even from the time Ender is born, like he is being born to be the military leader. And because the world doesn't allow third children, Ender takes a lot of slack from the time that he's very little, like getting made fun of and attacked, and just his whole like reputation is based on the fact that he is a third and he is less. Like the other kids say he doesn't have rights, and just completely getting beat down. So in this book, Ender does get selected to go to battle school, and he gets taken away from Earth and his family and his siblings, and trained to be a military leader. And everything that's happening in battle school is to make Ender a better leader and a better tactical thinker. And one of the ways they do this is by trying to actively separate him. So like the teachers will call Ender out and make like examples of him. And Ender doesn't get the benefit of a teacher coming to his help. Like he has to solve every problem on his own. And it makes Ender tougher, but it also kind of is like heartbreaking to watch, because if I had like a 6-year-old child, that is not the life I would want for them. And it's just like they're just kids too. Like everybody in battle school is like elementary school aged. Like these are really small kids who are being trained to be leaders. So there's also a lot of really cool things that are happening in this world, though. It takes place in space, so they're in a space station, and like the whole world of like the school and how it's set up and how it operates is so awesome. They have this thing called a battle game where they basically play laser tag in 3G, and like if you get shot, you get frozen and you're like stuck that way for like a point of time, and like you get scored versus how many people you hit versus how many people hit you, and the goal is to get through the other team's gate that they came out of, so like you're defending your gates. And it all happens in 0G, and this game is just so cool. And like the whole purpose of the game is to like train these children to think as an army and to think of military strategy. So they get separated out into different armies based on they're named after animals. So there's like a salamander army and a rat army and a dragon army. And then the armies compete, and like the idea is to like get the best standing and to win the most games, and so they're always thinking of new ways to compete, and that is just so cool. There's also this like video game in here, which is like this mind game adventure thing, and most kids can't get through the first stage. Like it's impossible to get through the first stage, but Ender manages it, and like getting to see what lies beyond the first task, and like how this game evolves, and it like starts getting into Ender's brain and how Ender thinks, and like throwing things back at him from his life and seeing how the game evolves is also really cool. So yes, it is a really interesting idea, like how the school works and everything really awesome, and how the battle goes down and the whole war with the Formics and trying to figure out how the Formics work because they're like aliens. I really love this. It's great sci-fi. I read the novels and couldn't get through the whole series though. Like there's a ton of Ender's Game novels, but like the graphic novels are really cool, and you get to see like how this world actually looks, or like what these artists' depictions of it look like, and because it's in space, it's so cool. So the depictions of like what the game looks like and stuff is so cool, and I love this artistic style, and it looks so awesome, and getting to see it all kind of develop. Um, these pictures that I had things for in my brain and trying to decide if like that's how I thought they looked in the book or not. I love the space part. That's my favorite bit. Is like it's in space. I love sci-fi. Yeah, I totally recommend the graphic novel for Ender's Game. Or I also totally recommend the book Ender's Game. If you want to read the original novel, they by Orson Scott Card. Totally epic and amazing, and I love the sci-fi world. Um, Ender is such a great character, like how he's always just trying and he doesn't give up. He's always got like fight in him and trying to like think things through. This is like a very logical book. Like how would you react in these situations? Because Ender has like an infinite number of situations that are like put in front of him, either because of how the other kids react to him or because the teachers are actively trying to like train him to be better and like manipulating the rules to like make Ender this better commander and strategist. So yeah, I totally dig this. This particular volume is issues 1 through 5 of Ender's Game Battle School. I know that this series goes on, but I haven't read all of it, so I don't know exactly how far it goes. I know that it at least goes through Ender being in command school. So yes, I recommend it. Yeah. Peace out. I love you guys and keep reading. Bye.